Hi, and thanks for tuning in to the first Tea Talk, which was shot a year ago. Transparency. We are going to be talking about post COVID. It's a conversation with Queen Sylvia and Queen Misty. I tried to recreate what we had on or what I had on that day because it was shot a year ago, as I said. And the fear of getting ready to upload and do this YouTube channel took over my life. So a year later, it's finally getting there. So the first couple of shows will be from a year ago, but then I'm shooting new shows as we speak. So this is part 1 of 2 of how COVID or post-COVID is affecting the lives of humans and even pets. So sit back and enjoy. Hello and welcome to the first YouTube show with Sip and Talk with Queen Sylvia. Today we have a wonderful guest, one of my oldest friends, Miss Misty. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I am so glad to be here.
I'm so glad for you to be here.
So glad to see you.
And y'all check out our hats. And we are having chai tea. It's a little spicy, but it's really good, y'all. And I made some cupcakes, and they're strawberry with purple icing and some pretzels. So we're going to sip and talk. Yes. And our conversation or our talk for today is going to be about post-COVID. How are you feeling about us now reopening almost fully in the world? Because I see you're still wearing your mask, and I need to be wearing mine too.
Oh no,
and that's a good thing, But
I hold no
judgment.
Yes, I hold no judgment as to what other people. I just let them. I let them try to let them know, and it's no disrespect to anybody. I do this even around my kids and my grandkids, because I don't want to get them sick or anything either, or whatever.
This is what I hate about sequence.
But since I have mixed feelings, Sylvia. I have mixed feelings. I was beginning to kind of enjoy being at home a little bit. And I still am enjoying the virtual space. Mm-hmm. And I think with it being cold a little bit now too, I guess I'm kind of like, okay, I want to go back into the house a little bit. But, I really, I have mixed feelings about it. So there are certain things I don't mind getting out for. And then there's others where I'm if it's too many people, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, that maybe I'm not used to big crowds as much anymore. But, so I think I'm being selective, and certainly I do wear my mask, and I'm kind of, I did have COVID back in December 2020, and it was pretty, let's just say I did 2 years of counseling. And just to process what I went through, I did have to have medical care where I had a nurse come in. I had occupational therapy and physical therapy because I had to regain my kind of strength again. Mm-hmm. And so it was very 6 visits to ER, 4 by ambulance. And so I think, it was a tough time for me, personally. Oh, the sound on it. And so it was a tough time, but I'm so glad for support, from others and things like that as well, too.
Okay, we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, and we're back. Now we're going to continue. So you actually had COVID,
Yes.
and it took you, you had a kind of strenuous bout with it.
Yes.
Now, I've never had COVID.
I'm so glad.
Whoa, let me knock on some wood.
Yes, I'm so
Let me take
glad.
this bracelet off. This with the sequence stuff. Sequence
Yes.
is so cute.
Yes.
But it snags on everything. But so I never had it, and
Yes.
I'm so glad that, well, not glad that you did,
No,
but I'm
no, I
glad
understand.
that you're sitting here
Yes.
and can talk about the actual effects, because there's a lot of people that it has affected, and a lot of people are just like really, really afraid. And it just changed our whole world.
Yes.
And people aren't talking about it
Yes.
because, you know, we're people that like to touch, and we need to be around other humans.
Yes.
And when we were confined, now
Yes.
for me,
Yes.
it was okay
Yes.
because I was already going through an aloneness anyway.
Oh, wow.
So it was really good for me.
Yes.
But for some people that like and need to touch people,
Yeah.
it just messed them up.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people have not completely come back yet, and nobody's really talking about it. Everybody's acting like everything is normal, but everything really isn't normal.
Right.
You
right.
know, and that's the part that I think we need to talk about, because it really isn't normal. And like you said, you had to go and get some counseling.
Yes. Well, also during that time, the bad part is that I wanted to hurt myself, and I actually had never.
Because of the COVID?
Yes, ma'am. It was that bad.
Wow.
Because there was nothing at that time. They didn't really know as much. I was really, really struggling. It was I had to get one of those bedside to go to the restroom thing. I mean,
it was that bad.
Yeah.
Miste,
I wasn't
did not know
hospitalized.
that.
I wasn't hospitalized, thank goodness. But it was really bad, and I had to get a nurse to come visit me every week to make sure I was doing okay. And that was in the later stages as I was kind of getting better. And then, like I was telling, I had physical therapy and occupational therapy to as I was gaining my strength. Just the simple act of getting in a tub and like taking a bath or something, or a shower, was a little bit frightening because I didn't have the strength and the wherewithal to really and yes, you're right. This is not something I ever would have thought about. You know what I mean? But the occupational therapist, I had to get one of those things that goes in the side of your tub, you know, to
help you get out and in
so
the tub.
little, but it made something so small made such a big difference.
Now, I honestly thank God that I did not, and I was in the public every day almost, and I didn't, but I kept my hands sanitized. But my hands had gotten so dry from using all of that hand sanitizer every time you turn around, and I was like, oh my God. But a couple of the people that I did talk to, they all got it bad, and they were all like, girl, I couldn't breathe. I was gasping for air. And they say they still aren't 100%.
Right.
After
I would say that is true.
Wow.
This is going on 3 years. I would say 2 years is when I began to feel a bit better. But I've had different little things like I had to have my gallbladder taken out because they found gallstones when I was.
Because of the COVID.
Well, no, I don't know if it was the timing,
Okay.
or I honestly don't know if it was because of that or the timing of it. I'm not sure, but in the midst of me going into ER, they're like, well, you have gallstones too as well. And I'm like, oh, wow, you know. So I had to get my gallbladder removed somewhere around March of 2020 and just different things. And so I am very, very thankful to be able to exercise now or to be able to move. And I really am so thankful for prayer. And I'm a Buddhist person. And so I do chant. Some people are familiar with Tina Turner and Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And so that is, I wasn't able to really pray or chant, but I would just lay there and just, try to think about it. And everything I was trying to do, deep breathing, like absolutely everything I could think of, I was trying to do to get better. But it was hard, and there's some things called long COVID symptoms. I think I'm very fortunate in that regard. I don't feel I had as many things, but what is it called? Maintenance care is really important. So, keeping my appointments with my heart doctor and my primary care doctor are kind of so we can, keep things, keep monitoring things and stuff like that. Because I know that heart is something that we're a little bit concerned about.
And everybody that knew me were a little afraid for me because I was out in the public every day. And I am overweight for my height.
Oh.
So, that's what was, those were the people that were supposed to get it. The overweight, obese people. I don't have any diseases or diabetic or any of that stuff. So I didn't have to worry about that part. But most of the people that I knew that got it were like small like you
wow.
and didn't have any of those underlying issues that they thought that the people that
I do
would
have
get
actually some underlying issues of high cholesterol and high blood pressure.
Okay.
So, but they some people feel that because I was very active and pretty healthy and exercising nearly daily
every day.
That
I saw
maybe
you on there doing your stretches. And yeah.
So some people felt that might have helped that I was able to recover and everything. So I'm so sorry. So yes, I did feel like hurting myself, and I just want to be honest and transparent about that because people do experience these things, and I honestly, I never knew about it. I never had any personal experience, anything with people wanting to harm themselves. And it is a very real thing. And I think for me, I saw a pair of scissors and I just was like, I just am in so much frustration and I'm not sure necessarily it was just frustration, pain, just waves of just things hitting me. I hadn't eaten for quite a while because I couldn't really. And
so was it the medications that you think that altered your thinking? Because I mean, I know you, and I know those were never your thoughts.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It had to be. Were you like taking medications for it, or
what you mean? Do you think the medication affected?
Is that what made you think of harming yourself? Or
I think the situation is actually what made me feel. Because I mean, just being frustrated and going. You
couldn't help yourself.
Couldn't help myself. That I couldn't be helped, and was just frustrated beyond.
Wow.
And
I can't
so
even imagine it.
And so therein, I got into counseling, and because I was very concerned that I had felt that way, and I was like, yes, like you, that's not me, and but I think it's important to know that people do have struggles that they might not be able to vocalize or share, really, to be honest, because of fear or feeling
judgment
like
of other people.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do. We judge people all the time for no reason at all, but we don't judge ourselves. Yeah. But I mean, that's why I'm saying I think these conversations need to continue because a lot of people are dealing with issues, and everybody, this was not scripted.
Yeah,
Misty
totally not.
Did not know what we were talking about until she sat down at this table. So, and I just think it was really, really necessary because I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, and I've been saying for the longest though, Misty, that we need to talk about this because nobody. I mean, I think people are suffering in silence or just letting it go unnoticed, and then that's when stuff creeps up because you haven't dealt with the issue.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. And I still struggle with anxiety. Like even driving here. Oh, is it on? Or I see.
Yeah, it went off.
Because I see the thing coming up and I wasn't sure what that was. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's fine. It went off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like I do have anxieties that I still deal with, and counseling continues to help me with that. I just re-enrolled in counseling again.
That's good.
And because like I was telling you, unfortunately in September, I went back to dancing hula and Tahitian dance and went to perform in Killeen. Didn't eat or drink that day really, and passed out. 2 days in the hospital in Killeen, and then, so it was kind of like, So I don't know. I wonder, is it all from COVID? I don't know. So uh, you know.
And I know you're a person that likes to meditate. So have you thought about like meditating? Like, where is this coming from? I mean,
No, I actually have, and in our faith, there is the belief that things come to you because you can have more compassion about them, and you can help people with them and overcome them as well too. But very similar to probably what the Bible would say, And so certainly there's that, and the challenges are presented to us to overcome them. So it's hard for me to think that way as I'm going through it, though, to be honest. It's kind of like, oh my gosh. And then what had happened is we believe that I may have gotten it from my daughter and her family, because I went over there for Christmas 2 years ago, and we were doing a vision board. We were doing a vision board party thing, and I didn't have my mask on or anything at that time. And then when I got home, my daughter said, "Mom, I can't really taste anything. My sense of taste, I don't have it." And I'm like, "Oh boy." And so right after that, my health just kind of, that's when we definitely knew I had COVID and everything.
well, did your daughter actually have it though?
Yeah, she
Okay,
most
she was
she most
diagnosed
likely
with it.
did. But only symptoms she had was her and her family and everything was no sense of taste.
And
That's
yours
all.
just went totally different. Because they say it affects everybody totally different.
And being older,
right,
than them too.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I just cannot imagine. But I do thank God that nothing happened.
Yes, and I'm glad that you didn't. It is something I'm glad you didn't get either, because I honestly wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
That's what everybody is saying. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, God, was it like that bad?
I would
I
not.
know even a couple of guy friends of mine was telling me they had it, and they was like, man, I was so scared for my life. And they was
Yes.
like, you can't eat. And, well, everybody has it totally different. Because
Yeah.
one person, he was saying that his throat was messing up. The other person was saying they couldn't breathe, but they were saying they still have issues today with like scar tissue from things. And I was like, from COVID?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
wow, whatever that was, that
Yeah.
was horrible.
Well, and still is.
Well, right,
in
because
some ways,
it's mutated into different things
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
What's the RS something that's now?
RSV
Okay,
for
what
young
is that?
people,
Okay.
respiratory something virus.
Okay.
So that's I think young people 2 years and below.
Oof.
And it's actually contagious, but amongst them, I think, I don't
So
know.
grown people can't get it.
I don't
Adults.
believe so, but I'm
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay,
100%.
that's fine,
No,
because
but
this
I
was
thought it was.
impromptu.
I thought it was
Totally.
2 years and below.
And below, okay.
Yeah, I thought it
Wow.
was.
So it's just something every year. I've never had a flu shot, and I've never had the
Wow.
flu.
Wow.
And I know that people that get the flu shot, it gives them the flu. But I've
Yeah,
never had the
I'm
flu in my
sorry.
life.
Yeah.
But I've had a cold, and I have allergies, and I've started back eating cheese. So now I have more allergies because of the mucus.
Oh, really? Oh, I never thought about that. I like
Yeah.
cheese too.
I love cheese. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And on keto, cheese is a part of their diet.
Oh.
Although I haven't started keto yet,
Uh-huh.
but it's a part of their diet. So I was like, okay, I can do this. Cause
Yeah.
It's
I
cheese
can eat
and
cheese.
eggs, because every diet has something different. But
Yeah.
I don't really want to do a diet. I want to do stuff that I know that I'm going to be able to maintain.
Yes.
So, and that's mainly, I need to go to the doctor and get some things checked out, because I do have some issues that I have to get checked out. And then
Yeah.
menopause is no joke.
It isn't. Oh my
And
gosh.
I take nothing
Yes.
for
Oh, that's
it.
good.
But sometimes it's like overwhelming. And then
Yes.
I used to have the bad hot flashes. Now they're not so bad.
Oh, good.
But when they come, it's this heat that's just unbearable. And it's from the
That is
inside
true.
out. There's nothing you can do.
Yes.
And I hear men talk about women with the menopause. I was like, y'all don't even know what y'all are talking about, because you're not us.
Yeah.
It's something internally, and we have to go through it. And it doesn't stop at 50.
No.
It doesn't stop at 60. I heard some
Yeah.
70-year-old
Yeah,
ladies.
my OBGYN was telling me, yeah, you could go through it for 20 years or
I was
something.
like, oh my
10,
God.
at least a decade or something like that. She was saying. So I mean, I've been fortunate. I don't really know if I'm still. I think I'm post what they call postmenopausal. But when I first got it, I remember the like the heat just felt like and it just went down my whole body, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then you felt like everybody could see it, but you're the only one that can feel it, like you're saying. But I was very fortunate. I took what was it called? I took something.
Was it black cohosh or
Yes,
something
it
like that?
was black cohosh.
Yeah.
So I took black cohosh, and I've never had them since.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't even, and if I do anything, I try to do it naturally, but I
Yeah,
haven't
me
even
too.
tried that stuff. Because I was like, oh my God, this is just unbearable. Thanks for watching the show all the way to the end. Misty and I greatly appreciate you so much. If you found value in this conversation or this talk, please share and like and subscribe. If you want to be a guest on the show, email the number or the email address that will be on the screen.